Welcome to the Gallivant Gals podcast. I am Natalie.
And I'm Angelica. It's great to be back. I hate I missed the last episode, but mom duties were calling me that day. So it's good to be back. Missed you guys. How's things, Nat?
Oh, good. Good,
Good,
good.
good,
We had a
good,
busy
good.
day today. We were just at
We
a
did.
training and it was so good and so motivational. So,
I don't know that we've ever recorded on a day that I've actually seen you in person. Like, I think this is a
no.
first for us,
Yeah, I
actually.
think so too. That's
Yeah.
very true because
So
we really don't get to see each other very often at
we
all.
don't, y'all would think that we live 5 minutes from each other, but we in fact do not. We actually
Sadly.
live like almost 2 hours from each other. So
True. True.
true.
What?
So today we are going to go on a little journey and talk about our adventures over at Secrets Tides in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. This is one of the properties that we got to tour with Amstar, who we cannot say enough good things about. But Secrets Tides was the first property that we toured on our fam trip. And I'm going to be honest, I had so much FOMO after
Oh my
us
gosh.
touring there. And I'm like, so how much would it be for us to just hop,
Stay.
hop, hop over to here? Because now I don't want to leave. Like, y'all,
Well,
the property is, phenomenal.
we both have sent guests there,
Yes.
and we have heard rave reviews about it from them, from fellow travel advisors. So we knew it was going to be great going in, but wow. So here's some quick facts about it. There's 668 luxury suites. There are 3 pools, 3 hot tubs, 9 dining options, 7 bars, 2 wedding locations. Um, yeah, that's
And
the nine
honestly,
dining options is amazing.
well, and it was one of the most beautiful properties aesthetically that I think that we toured. And,
Mm.
when we talked about Iberostar and, I was a little underwhelmed by like the lobby, and it was just really dark. And, Secret Tides is complete opposite. I mean, it is light. It is airy. I mean, it has this beautiful, modern, sleek aesthetic. It's also Secret's newest property in the Dominican. Um, but I mean, just like the black and the white aesthetic with like the natural woods and the greens and like the white or sandstone looking marble. I mean, it was just,
Gorgeous. I
it
mean,
was
let's just say
phenomenal.
this is how I want to decorate my
I
house.
mean,
Like,
obviously I like
I know,
black and wood and
and wood.
green, like, so, but
Mhm.
it was so sleek and modern looking. I mean, it was just, it was not what I was expecting out of, because sometimes when you think of like all inclusive resorts and you think, I don't know why I think of like my 1990s beach house aesthetic. I don't know why, like, but this was just, the bar was set so high after that, because that was the first property we toured. The
Yeah.
bar was here, and I felt like some places did not meet that bar. Like, so Secret Tides was way up here for me.
Way up there. So as soon as we pulled in, their lobby is this beautiful open lobby. So they rave that you can see the ocean as soon as you step on their property.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but I will say, so
But you did.
I know,
Just
I
kidding.
know, I know. Well, and this goes back to the whole pulling in part. So I know that safety is of like a big concern for a lot of people that travel to foreign countries. And I will say this property is gated. So when I say you can't get into this property unless you are staying at this property, you have to check in with an armed guard. Okay. So when I say like gated, I'm not talking just like a fancy little like 6 foot gate. This thing is probably 10 to 12 feet tall. I mean, it is an all metal fence. The property is enclosed. So if safety is something that you are concerned about, don't be concerned about it at Secrets Tides, because when I tell you that like it is like Fort Knox trying to get in
Yes.
there, it is completely secure. I was
Yes.
shocked. Like, especially the difference between what we were staying at and this. You know what I'm saying? So,
Nice. Anyways, Yes,
It didn't
agreed.
take away from the aesthetic of it, but I know that safety is a concern for people when they're traveling internationally. And so, I just wanted to throw that out there that I felt very safe and
Safe.
secure at this
Yes.
property.
So
So,
when you walk into the lobby, you see the beautiful ocean off in the distance. And on, I believe it was the right or the left hand side, they have separate check ins for the preferred club and for the regular
right is
check in.
preferred, left is regular.
That's what I thought, but I didn't want to say it wrong.
Yeah.
And when you check in with the preferred, there's a bar right there in that lounge.
Mm-hmm.
And they had food and they had a little separate seating area. And it was just very nice back there.
Aesthetically, the preferred lounge I thought it was beautiful. I mean, the bar it had like almost like bistro style seating, kind of leading up to the bar, and then you had your own like lounge area that had couches and chairs, and I mean it was all like glass enclosed. So, but you weren't like missing the views of anything, but it did feel like its own separate little like
Yes.
upscale sort of almost like a VIP kind of check-in is what it
Yes.
felt
Well, nice.
like.
You can grab a little snack. Like if your room's
Yeah.
not ready or you don't want a full meal, you can grab a snack and change in your
Yep.
swimming suit and hit the pool.
Yep.
So when you walk out of the lobby, there's a beautiful lobby bar there on the right hand side with some nice seating that was right there. And you keep walking and you have buildings on both sides of you, and those are the buildings. The preferred club buildings are in the front towards the beach. So those are right there in the beach by the beach.
Yep.
But you reach the first pool that you come across was the first pool we saw, and it was just beautiful. I
Yep.
just wanted to pull a chair and up and not leave.
Well, and before we even got to the pool though, she showed us I guess what we considered like the not conference center, but like almost like the
The theater.
ballrooms. Yeah, well, the
Oh,
ballrooms
the
where we get
conference. It was a conference
it was a
area.
conference center where you could almost have like a wedding reception or
That's
something like
plan B,
that.
she said. Yes.
Yeah,
They
and
want it
so
to be outside, but plan B is inside
inside. And
there.
so they all connect or they can be divided. So if you have a smaller party, or like a smaller wedding reception, all of these rooms are dividable, or you can have it as like all one big open concept. So that was actually the first part that we saw before we even got over to the pool. Um, I will say this venue is chef's kiss for a wedding, I feel
Oh,
like.
I was saying we toured the wedding area, like where you
Yeah,
go and you pick out your stuff, and that was beautiful. Just
it
that little
was
lounge for the brides to plan their wedding was
stunning.
gorgeous.
And it was such
Um,
a light, beautiful, airy aesthetic, like it very chic and just
tranquil.
elegant.
That
Yeah,
was the word we
that
used.
was that was it. That was I was like,
Tranquil.
what word did we freaking use? Because I was like, that's not something we say every day. Tranquil. That's what it
It's
was.
very tranquil. But speaking of brides, back in the spa, they had a bridal room where the
Hmm.
bride gets ready, and it was also a beautiful spot. And wasn't it in the spa?
Yes. So it was right off of the
It's off
spa.
of the
Yeah.
spa.
Yeah. So you walk into
Yes.
the spa and it's kind of like back into the left a little bit. But the beautiful thing about it is I will say the aesthetic is a little bit different in there. It is a little darker as far as like the color palette goes, but I mean, it was still absolutely stunning. I mean, just the natural wood grains that they've incorporated all throughout this property just amazes me. Like all different types of natural woods and stone, and I mean, I'm telling y'all, it's
Yes.
breathtaking. So
Um,
back to the original pool. So sorry to
yes.
like
Oh no, you're
just
fine. Let's talk about the
divert.
pools. Um, the first pool was beautiful. It looked like there was a bar. Was there a swim up bar in that one?
So yes, and well, it's a swim up and a walk up. So it had like two different sides because remember that's where they served us with the mocktails before we walked out, like right around to the
Yeah.
little beach area. We got our little mocktails, and so the bar has like two sides: the swim up bar and then the walk up bar. but it's almost like this, like, kind of long.
It was narrow.
It
Yeah.
was like a long, narrow pool that had like a bunch of chairs on each side, and they had signs everywhere. In fact, oh
I have a
gosh,
picture
what
of it.
was? Yeah, I was
I'll
gonna say,
look.
what did
I'll
this?
get it.
I took
I'll
a
get it.
picture of this. I took a picture of the sign because they said something
The sign
like,
says, "Sharing is caring."
that's what it was. Sharing is caring, and I was,
Reserving long chairs. Yes, sharing is caring.
I
So,
loved that. Well, because I mean, people get out at these resorts. Thankfully, we didn't experience this at Iberostar, but I mean, I've heard horror stories. In fact, I've had clients that have had issues with another secret's property where people get out and they will put their towels down and like they won't come back for hours and hours later, and like nobody can reserve a chair or anything. They get these prime spots and then they never come back. You
so it
know,
says any belongings left unattended may be removed without notice. And then it says pool hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So, oh, 8 p.m. They stay open late. Some pools close at like 6 o'clock.
yeah, I was
So
gonna
that's
say
nice.
our pool closed at like 6.
Yes, a lot of pools do, I feel like. Something else I loved about the pools is when we were there, they had like yoga out on paddle boards. I was like, I want to do that.
They had scuba
Oh,
instructing.
yes, scuba instructing is there too.
That
Yes.
was wild. I saw this old man with a oxygen tank thing like going under, and I'm like, what is he doing? This is like a pool. And
Yes.
she's like, we offer scuba instruction, so you can like do your diving.
Yes.
And I'm like, this is wild to me. But like, people were out on yoga mats, like trying to do
On the
downward
paddle
dog
boards. Yeah, the
on a, yeah.
paddle boards out
I'm
there
like,
doing yoga.
I straight up would, you, Scarlett would take a tumble. But if that's your, is that if
Paddle
that's your
boards are
vibe,
fun. I've
you
never
can
tried
find it.
yoga on them, but I've been on a paddle board and they're fun. So I would definitely try it. I mean, I
I don't
may
even have
embarrass
enough coordinate.
myself,
I don't have
but
enough
that's okay.
coordination to even stand on a paddleboard, like much less do yoga on one.
Well, since we're talking about activities, I'll just read you. It says they have water aerobics, snorkeling, sailing, non-motorized water sports, kayaks, um, scuba lessons in the pool, Spanish lessons, tennis courts, dance classes, beach
They
volleyball.
offer Spanish lessons.
There's Spanish lessons. Beach volleyball, aerobics, land and water activities. So yeah, they have stuff
I
to
did
keep
see
you
people playing
entertained.
volleyball. I
Yeah,
think
and you
they have cornhole boards too, don't they?
I don't remember, but I mean they very well may. That's just not a part of their activities entertainment menu, but that might be out there just at any time you could go do
Yeah.
that. But I do know they have a great app that they will give you detailed times as to when these things are available. Um,
And I will say, whatever rooms that we toured that were right there by the pool, the bottom level, they were the swim out rooms, and it had this beautiful privacy hedge around the swim out rooms. Did you notice that?
yes. In
And
fact, I'm
I'll be
gonna
honest,
go.
for someone who books a swim out room, I appreciate something like a privacy hedge. Yes, I still want the views and stuff, but at the same time, a lot of these swim out rooms have the soaking tubs on the balcony. And like,
Uh-huh.
I don't want to be looking at everybody and their brother when
No.
I'm sitting in my soaking tub or when I want to get out in the
I'm
swim
like,
out.
okay, so does that mean I have to wear my swimming suit in that tub? I have a
I,
weird thing with wearing wet things in a tub.
I
Like
know, I know. I mean, I, I feel like, if it's like an actual
hot tub.
bathtub,
Yes.
like if it's a bathtub, I feel like no, you don't have to wear a swimsuit. I feel like if you are visible to the public, you
Yeah,
probably
you
wear a
probably need to wear a
swimsuit.
swimming suit.
I feel like that it should come with instructions though, or like you should have a curtain that you should be able to pull if you don't want to use it as a soaking tub. If you
That
just
would
want
be nice. That would be
to,
really
we
nice.
might
I
need to drop
mean,
a suggestion in a suggestion
just
box somewhere.
saying,
Like, give me a
wish there
privacy
were
curtain.
curtains. But even the color of the swim out pools, I'm looking at these photos now, is beautiful. Like, if I had a pool, this is the color of the pool that I would want.
It's not white, but it's not sand. I don't know how to describe
Well,
the color.
these
It's like a
ones are darker, and I love the darker.
Oh, why did I think that they were like gray? They were like a
Yeah, like
grayish
a
white.
grayish. Oh, and see, these are like grayish blue, but they're dark.
Okay. Okay.
I'm like, if I
Dark, I will say dark pools freak me out. I don't know why.
they're not too dark though, because I don't like things too dark.
I'll say dark pools freak me out. I don't know why in my head there's gonna be a shark in that pool.
Oh, you can't see it.
Natalie, what are you doing?
I was trying to put my iPad up there to show you the pool.
Do you guys see this right here? You see it
No,
right there.
but the problem is I have this like fake background, so I guess when I put something that wasn't me in front of it, it just like completely blocked me. So
The disappearing lady. Now she's here, now she's not.
but the pools were really
It's
pretty.
so sterile. I love it.
You got to watch last 2 weeks
2
ago's
weeks ago
episode
episode.
on Punta, or it was the Iberostar one. Yeah. Then you'll know where that came from.
So sterile.
So sterile. But so pools, what about the beach?
So again, and this is just, me telling y'all like I did with Iberostar, all the beaches are public in the
Yes.
Dominican. But I will say Iberostar did a great job at like raking the seaweed and the sand and all that. And I felt like Secret's Tides did as well.
Yeah, I
There
did
were a
not
couple
see a
of
lick.
other properties that we visited that did not like, and so for me, a clean beach is that's on my like must have
Yeah.
list. And I felt like that Secret's Tides checked that box. Like I feel
Yeah.
like that they took their beaches looked very well kept.
Yeah.
Same thing with the property itself. I mean, there was not a hedge or a leaf or a flower out of place. When I
Oh,
tell you that this property was so aesthetically clean and pleasing, like the hedges were trimmed to perfection. Like
it was just
I
beautiful. All of it.
I feel like they had to hire a barber or somebody to like giving them hedges a flat top. I mean, then things were straight across. They had a
Yeah.
laser level cutting. I'm telling you, they were pristine.
Agree.
And same thing with the rooms. The rooms were just so clean.
And I think the benefit of that for this resort is it's only a year old. So they don't have the same wear and tear that other places have. But Secrets, they do a good job with keeping up their resorts. Now,
Yeah.
I know not all Secrets are the same, but this one is new. So it's still
Well, and
so fresh.
I feel like even though it's new and fresh, you're not because a lot of times, and I hate to say this with like Disney or somebody, when you get a new property, you're going to pay top dollar for that new property or for that new, cruise or whatever it is. I don't feel like that was reflected in the price, at least with Secrets Tides for when I booked it for my clients. I feel like it was
Same.
reasonably priced along with all of the other Secrets resorts. I felt like
Same.
it's not like they're like, hey, this is the new one. We're going to charge you an arm and a leg, And so I feel like it stayed in comparison to the other properties.
Agree. In fact, when I was
So
looking, the breathlets that's
was
right
more
next door
expensive.
was more expensive, and so I didn't even send my client that one because it was out of their budget,
Yeah.
and they ended up
Well, and I
absolutely
feel like you get
loving.
a lot of bang for your buck with Secrets Tides because like I noticed there was a lot more availability with like the swim out rooms or with like a junior, like a club level suite or, like I felt like for $500 more versus let's say Secrets Royal or Royal Beach or whatever it is. Like these were the two that had priced for my
Yeah,
clients. So at Royal Beach, they could pay X, Y, and Z, but for $500 more, they got a
more.
club level
Yeah.
suite at Tides, and Tides is a new property. And I'm like,
Yeah.
astronomically different in room categories, astronomically different.
Well, as I'm looking at this list here, it looks like there's a lot of preferred club rooms.
There are.
But when we went and toured the preferred club areas, like they did take us around to a couple areas that were preferred club, there weren't like overflowing with
Mm-mm.
people.
No.
So, and my clients didn't complain about that either.
No,
So
and I was gonna say my clients that stayed there, they never had trouble like with the crowds, with the chair, like nothing. Like they had nothing but wonderful things to say about this property. And I feel like that touring there, it didn't look like
it didn't look
how
overcrowded anywhere.
yeah, I was gonna say there was a couple of others that
There
we
was one
toured,
resort we went to at the end
and
that I
I
said,
was
and this is where I say no.
yeah. Well, and I mean, even at their sister resort at Breathless, I was like, this is a lot of people. Like this is a
Yeah, there
lot of
was a
people.
lot more
Like
people.
there, I mean, even in the pool, I mean, they were kind of almost shoulder to shoulder in a couple areas. And I was like, absolutely not. This is not what I'm paying for. I'm paying for the tranquility. I'm paying for the relaxation. And if I had to choose out of the 5 resorts that we toured,
For yes, for
Secrets
adult
Tides,
only.
yeah, for adult only, Secrets Tides, hands down.
Yes.
Family, Nickelodeon, hands down. So those were the two that I was like, these are it for me. Like if I'm coming back to the Dominican, this is where I'm staying.
Now,
So
there's other places I do want to check out, but with Secrets Tide, we did not, unfortunately, we didn't get to taste any of the food, but we got to tour, we walked through a handful of the restaurants. And let me tell you,
stunning.
I would just be happy to sit in there and drink a Diet Coke. Like,
Let me tell y'all, I took a
they're
picture of
beautiful.
the tile. I like literally just the tile. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you can find it in the Google Drive. I literally was
Oh,
like I
yes.
like took a picture of just the floor, nothing else, because
I'd
I'm
show you,
like,
but I would disappear because
well, honestly, it kind of looks like your background a little bit.
yeah,
Like
kind of similar to that.
it's very similar to that, but
Well, I'll put the picture of it.
it was stunning. It was stunning. And then, the first restaurant, I think it was it the Japanese restaurant that we saw first.
I don't remember exactly when we saw first because it may have uploaded differently, like
But
into
like
the
they
drive,
had
you
like
know?
these beautiful like just jade statues. I mean, it they just had the most stunning touches in each part of the property, like whether it was the
And then
spa or
yes.
the restaurant or even the lobby. I mean, they just have these beautiful, just elegant touches all throughout the property that I was just like, and I'm a very detail oriented person. Those kinds of things matter to me because I
Yes.
feel like it heightens the experience. Because I mean, obviously, uh, Disney is all about the details, and that's why I
Yes.
love Disney. And I felt like this was like an all
All
inclusive
about the
version of
details.
Disney. Like the attention to detail was there.
The South American Fusion restaurant is the one we both agree is just gorgeous. It had greenery on the walls,
They
the
had
light
greenery hanging from the
fixtures.
ceiling. Oh my gosh,
Yes,
the
the
light
light
fixtures.
fixtures with the pops of, well, the green. Oh, I
It
just
was.
loved everything
I
about that
I don't know
restaurant.
when like a fusion is probably the best word to describe the style of this restaurant. It was a little bit of modern, it was a little bit of industrial, it was a little bit of boho, it was a little bit of like
Yes.
I mean, it was just like they had this light fixture in there that was almost like a Sputnik light fixture, but it had different bulbs on the end. Like, so some were like really elongated, some were really round, some were kind of like this. It was just stunning. It
I'm
blew my
telling you,
mind.
this
I
is
was
my
like,
inspiration for
your
we're building
house.
a house, and this is my inspiration for it. Like,
It's
this
a
is
good
it.
inspiration to have. Like, I'm telling you,
This is it.
I'm, I was so blown away with every little detail that was in that property. It just, I don't think that you could pick a better property to model your house
Yes.
after. I mean, honestly. So,
No, I agree. It was beautiful. Now, one more thing, I was just looking on here, the spa area. I wish I wanted to take a video of the hydrotherapy area, but there were people in there and that would just be awkward. Like people don't want to be
yeah,
filmed when they're in the
yeah.
hydrotherapy area in their swimming suit. But it was beautiful and I just want to go back and go there.
Well, and another thing that like, and I took some pictures and some video. The room that we toured was on a high level. And so the view, y'all, when I tell you, it was the most breathtaking view from this balcony that I have ever seen in my entire life. I mean,
Agree a
and
thousand
I,
percent.
there, I just, between the palm trees and the beaches, and it's just like,
And the pool and the
I
people doing
know.
yoga on the
I know.
paddleboard.
Like I didn't even care that I was watching Joe Schmo down here getting a scuba diving lesson. Like I didn't care because it was just stunning, just in general. I mean, and I felt like the property overall was quiet. Like
Yeah. Well,
there was significantly different than the
we
Breathless.
oh yes. Well, we asked the lady like what is the typical age range? And it is a little bit older.
She was
Like
like 40s and 50s.
40,
What?
yeah,
Yeah,
40s and 50s. Not that that's trust me, I fit in that category. I am 40. So that but it also just depends on what vibe you're going for, you
yeah.
know?
If you want a little bit more of the, you want to enjoy the beach and the amenities that your all inclusive has to offer, but you want to still have a nice selection of restaurants, and I mean even a little bit of nightlife. Like I mean there, it's not like it was a bunch of just geriatrics. I mean,
No, not at all.
no offense to any of our audience, but I mean it's not like this was the retirement community. You know what I'm saying?
No.
This was, like she said, 40s and 50s, but I mean, I'm 35, and honestly, I would pick this over
Yeah.
Breathless, which was supposedly the target market was 20s and 30s for here. And I'm like, in my 30s, honey, I'm too tired. I ain't staying here.
Yeah.
It is too
Well,
loud.
and that's where it just goes off based off personality and what you're looking for. Like the
I'm
people
not
I
trying to
sent,
catwalk in the pool. I'm
no,
not, no.
no. But the people I sent, it was their baby moon. Like she was like 24, 26 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
And, they were just wanting to go and enjoy their last trip before their baby
Yeah.
comes.
Well, this was
And
a
so she's
honeymoon
not looking
property for one
to
of mine.
party. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and
Yes.
and that, I think this all goes back to what your client or you, or whether you're a client of ours is listening, whether you're an agent that's listening, that your clients do your homework about what you want out of a property so your agents can know and pick the right property for you, because this property has a lot to offer. But I will say it is definitely more of a chill vibe. It's more for someone who is going to just kind of want, if you need to get away and not have the noise of everyday life, but want things to do if you want to do them, or if you don't want to do them, you don't have to do them.
Yeah.
It's just a lovely property, and it's very zen in my opinion. It's not boring, it's just very zen. Like I feel like that there could be some nightlife, but there could be some quiet. So I mean, I really think that we covered
Hmm.
90%, 98%. I'm sure that there's something we're forgetting, but I mean,
Yeah. Well, right here it's unlimited international and domestic top shelf, spritz, unlimited natural fruit juices and soft drinks, 24-hour room service, pool and beach wait service. So there is a waiter at the pool and the beach. Some properties don't have service on the beach for drinks and stuff. Daily refresh mini bar, daily maid service, endless daytime activities and live nightly entertainment,
oh, and
theme parties
they
and
had things on the
entertainment.
doors too. Do you remember that?
Oh
Like
yeah.
they had, like, so
Yes.
if like it was like a honeymoon or a birthday or whatever, like they had stuff on the doors that they would
Yes.
do. It was really cute.
So yes, with that,
If you or your loved one would like to book a stay at Secrets Tides, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, email us at sales@gallivantgalstravel.com.
and remember to like, follow, subscribe, and hit that notification button and share.
We'll talk to you
Thanks.
guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.